Do you need a recap?
Okay, yeah. In keeping with the tradition of everything, let us begin the recap.
Lettuce.
Let us begin recapping. So what happened last time, buds? Imagine a certain account needs to be more detailed than others. Can't imagine what.
was last week the deal? The
Yes,
wheeling and dealing? Okay, okay.
I know it feels long ago for you
Yeah,
and
the
I.
mini sessions like threw you off, really.
Yeah.
So I guess yeah. Where did we start? We started with like the sort of end of the party,
Morning.
right? The morning after the party. That's right. Oh god, we all split up.
Yeah, I mean, you guys stayed together up until you met a set of lords.
Right.
Then you guys split after that. But yeah, you guys did talk about some stuff prior to that. I think on your time skip planning, as well as what your plan is going forward.
All right. Is there anything to recap there? Because what was
You guys talked about you know, what the fuck you want to do with the Black Force.
Oh,
we're also
right.
given a scroll that talks about the moot and
Yes,
Moot.
we got a letter, a correspondence. Finally, someone slipped through the cracks of the Black Forces tampering, or
It's
meddling
more
rather.
like they happened to meet Owen. Owen said he knew you guys, and then the courier gave it to Owen.
Yeah.
like, hey,
Owen
he's
is
in
not
between.
bound by the physical travel of this realm, so.
We were finally formally invited to the moot, which we're not allowed to go to by the Black Force. So we were sort of discussing how best to go to the moot, defying the Black Force without facing severe consequences.
I don't know if there is a way to not face severe consequences there.
It's whatever consequence you guys are willing to suffer.
Exactly. We suffer. We don't want other people to suffer the consequences of our actions.
Smile.
But yeah, I don't think we settled on anything besides like making sure that Sal's family is put somewhere safe. But the moot happens at the end of the year, and we have a few months before it happens, so we have some time to get our stuff in order. And then I believe at that point we went upstairs to speak to Lord Trayern because we were sort of what's the word, squatting in his home. To be fair, he wasn't there to ask permission. It's easier to ask forgiveness than permission. So we went upstairs, and he was like, "Oh yeah, no, bet. It's fine. You guys are cool."
Ayo, bet.
Like, why do you think I had the spare room set up? I knew this was gonna happen. Enjoy.
He also had some guests in the form of Lords Ian Exorlet and Cade Devram, both of the Keplins, who Alexander actually recognized them after a bit of
4 minutes.
yeah,
4
after
minutes.
exactly 4 minutes. Yeah, apparently they were here in Duvros because Ian Exorlet had had some sort of affliction that he thought the Seekers and or Slayers may be able to help with, and of course we name dropped Rickard. I mean,
Rickard.
yeah, Rickard.
Oh my god!
Come together as family, etc. The very gods. Alexander also noticed a slight familial reminiscence, I guess is the word, between Ian and Amber, since they were both in the room and you could quickly look between one and the other, which they were somewhat skeptical about.
Here's Ian's non-masked up arts, and then Amber is here. There you go. She's really small. Zoop. Yeah, there you go.
The same.
Yeah, close enough.
But luckily, the person that could sort of prove or disprove any familial connection was the person that Ian was likely going to see anyway, Rickard. So they went and did that. And I think it was at that point that we all split up and did our own separate things.
Correct.
Sajar and Alexander went to the haberdashery, went clothes shopping. Alexander got new duds and met that sentry that was at the gate of the noble quarter. His name is Keaton. And he was there to buy fucking cowboy clothes because how many howdies Alexander / Coulter gave him. He started to fall in love with the lifestyle. Alexander also was like, you don't have a cool surname. You need a cool surname if you're gonna be a cowboy. How about Hawk? Keaton Hawk with an E at the end. Yeah, there he is.
Keaton is supposedly in relation to Hawks.
Yeah, the little
name meaning.
Little rat fuck. Affectionate.
Rat fuck affectionate. Yeah, I'm really feeling the affection. After you said that, yeah, I definitely feel it.
And once we were finished shopping, we started heading towards the drop to buy some mithril. What was everyone else doing at that time?
And nothing whatsoever happened while we were buying mithril.
No.
Completely normal experience.
Yeah. I think it's pretty fair.
So I was typing in the meantime. Silas, along with, I forget all exactly who came, but I know Tolos was there, in Kasai, I believe.
Correct.
As well as those two lords. And I'm definitely missing someone. Who else was in that group? Good to know.
Tolos.
I don't remember, sorry.
I mean, Eddard.
Yeah, but I just meant on the way there.
Amber.
Ah, yes.
Ah, yes. Her.
It's just funny that I forgot her. And then at that point, I'm going to call them Team Silas, split off to go towards the library after getting permission to look into necromancy. I'm promising one way or another that they aren't going to bring anyone back from the dead.
If you do, you're going to get iced. You swore.
Ice, Silas.
And, sorry, I was reading. Learned a bit about stuff from Eddard, like you said. And that's essentially how Silas spent the afternoon. What about anyone else? Or I guess the morning, rather, not the afternoon.
Oriana, what were you doing?
Anushka did something.
Anushka, what were you doing?
Silence.
Okay,
I mean-
Guy then.
I mean, she went off and planned a really cool gun, but that was about it.
Okay.
You went to the Few, right?
Yeah, the few met up with Miles.
Mhm.
And me have bought him a drink. Well, didn't buy him, was given a drink to pretend it was from her.
You
You
lied!
successfully pretended
I know,
that it was
sorry!
real. Why do you have it just set as a Whitelock? He is in fact a
Because.
Whitelock.
This may come as a shock, Garth, but he's in for Alexander. That's why I put a period there.
What?
Oh,
You can
I thought it was
just
just
abbreviate
first
names?
Alexandra, then B Whitelock, and then
C
and then
Whitelock?
C Whitelock. Yeah, you know, sort of going down the mhm.
Anyways, what else happened?
Focus.
So went to the fucking
Anything else
bistro
happen?
at some point.
Oriana, what were you up to? You just went with the. Oh, no, you met up with Anushka after the fact. What did you go do first?
A bunch of other bullshit besides Anushka. Shannon talking to the Brothers Respite.
Oh, right.
Samantha was basically making sure things were kosher. By just standing in the background and listening in. Of course, the moment I started talking, the dogs were. Anyways.
We've had this conversation several times before.
Mm.
Again, they're probably just responding to you speaking.
Shit, my train of thought. Yeah, she just talked to them about things. It wasn't anything like super specific. It kind of like leaned towards like the keep, ambuscades, what to try and embody if trying to embody the Brother's Respite, things like that. Things of that notion. Eventually ending that conversation, going and talking to Samantha, who was just like, what the hell did I just hear? Tried to offer her a job at the keep, rolled 4 repeatedly, and did not get her to join. She seemed more resolute in trying to protect her home, which I can't argue against. That seems pretty respectful.
I will say, maybe telling her that things are happening and the world is chaotic is not a good lead into. You should abandon your current post and join us.
Mm. From not the section that just said fill in later. I forgot to fill in later. After that, she went to the orphanage. Yeah, it started with the orphanage. She went to the orphanage section, talked to the same person that worked there because she works there many hours. Like the receptionist lady. Don't think I forgot her name. Thinking back on it. Oh well.
Nope.
Tried to find what happened with Oriana's blanket. Couldn't find out what happened to Oriana's blanket. Have ideas that it might have just been destroyed from Vortic influence or something like that. I feel like she suggested where it could be besides that, but I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I meant to watch back the odds, but then other stuff happened in the week, so I got distracted. She tried to ask Scavola what could have happened to this thing. And this is important. And she couldn't talk to Scavola. We'll come back to that. Oh, also, she tried to do the aura reading thing earlier on Amber and, I believe Ian. Last name's yes. And it didn't... Yeah, it was very difficult. We'll come back to this later. She then decides, I'm here anyways. Might as well see how our local crazy person that we don't care about but are related to our lives is doing. Pop in, see Shubin. He's like pretty cheery, optimistic, very determined to help us in our cause by taking blows for us, and it's like, you good? He's like, I'm good, I'm very good, I am super good. He's also, I don't want to say hemorrhaging, but bleeding constantly. And is somehow not dead. So that's fun.
It needs to be.
I don't know if you can fix that problem at this point.
No, you can. It's a bullet to the head, but
Yeah.
End up showing him one of the Brothers' Respite by attacking him and then deflecting most of the damage with the banner. And it's like, oh, that's cool. And yeah, he's still a bit loony. Very passionate. He's gonna stay in the loony bin. Oh, I also tried to do the aura reading on him. It didn't work that well. We'll get back to that later. There's a repeating pattern with me. After meeting up with Shubin, she leaves, and then she goes to try and meet up with Anushka at the Few. The key word there is try. And that's where that's gonna stop, because the rest wasn't me.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but
I was like, wait, what
You-
interrupted
you
you? That's so weird, huh?
You did.
what interrupted this journey?
I fucking wonder.
Gee willikers.
Uh,
You also
well-
interrupted fucking Silas going to the bistro. Again, because this fucking bistro is the only
their
place we go
date.
to for food.
Well,
well,
as
you
it
guys are
turns
free
out,
to break the typecast. So that's on you guys.
No, at
As
this point,
it turns
it's
out-
I chose it on purpose.
Nah, man, that tip of the day's pretty sick, so, you know.
You know,
Mithril buying
Silas telling Evelina to drop. You know, drop now. In public?
right here.
I applaud your boldness. But in
Yeah,
public?
Yeah, Sajar, with Alessander and Mr. Keaton Hawk in tow, went to the drop to try and find some mithril to buy. And we were pointed in the direction of a masked dwarf named or nicknamed the Frontiersman. And you know, the Frontiersman's whole I guess storefront setup was, you know, official as fuck, because there were these dwarves in like perfect formation with their blunderbusses very dwarven firearms. Um, with the frontiersman just sitting there waiting for 7 on the dot, I believe it was, or 8 or 9 or some hour, um, waiting for the exact time to start the bidding. Um, and Sajar, God's bless him, was willing to wait. Alessander, on the other hand, was not, and with a nat 20 performance, I believe it was.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
Performance role and a long spiel, he was able to sort of schmooze his quote unquote boss into the frontiersman's caravan. Uh, you know, what's the word? Bypassing the need to wait for bidding, bypassing bidding entirely. Um, we got inside this very opulent caravan, which appeared to be bigger on the inside than on the outside. Uh, The frontiersman offered us all drinks. We all accepted. Um, and when we got talking to business, the frontiersman just very casually said, "By the way, I don't like wasting time. That's why I poisoned your drinks. Let's make this quick." Um, so we got to negotiating a price. I believe the market price for the mithril that we wanted was like 1,500 gold. Between the two of us, we only had like 3,000. Maybe a little under 3,000. The frontiersman wanted to start at 3,000, but we negotiated down to 22, I believe. And with like a minute left to spare, we forked over the dosh and signed a contract.
Mm-hmm.
Which, well, Jar, what did that contract
I don't think I
detail?
signed that contract because it was
I
like an
did not sign
abstract.
the initial
Yeah.
contract.
Oh, right, yeah, because you didn't. Yeah, because that one.
It's you incorporate into the Frontiersman's network, not you work together.
It's like they seize your assets if they so want.
Something like that. Also, the music
Uh,
stopped.
Oh, well,
Which,
damn
given the things that have happened, would have been unfortunate.
mm-hmm.
Why has the music stopped? Not
Oh,
a good
yeah.
sign. No, the music has been it looped. That song is only like 6 minutes long, and recap has definitely not only been 6 minutes. It definitely is working.
No buy.
No buy. Yeah, well, why you settle that crash?
What the
We
fuck?
did.
It's like spamming the loop, like
Oh God,
bajillion to. Oh no.
I need to grab a Spotify link. But yeah, we were able to negotiate to 2,200 gold, and no seizing of anyone's assets or enterprising or whatever the fuck the word was. And
That
then
just left one additional transaction left to be negotiated.
yeah, and what was that, Fred?
That was the price for the cure.
We didn't think about the cure. We didn't think they would be so bold as to try and sell us the cure after making 2,200 gold off us. But we're bold. We're adventurers. We don't fear death.
Meanwhile, Keaton is like, "What the fuck, bro?"
Yeah, Keaton very much feared death. As we were getting up, trying to leave and make a scene outside, that's when the poison started to set in, and we all passed out one after the other.
Feeling quite
Before-
guilty having dragged Keaton into this, at least from his perspective. Sajar was attempting to take the brunt of that poison
Mhm.
instead of
At-
Keaton.
At one point, even calling upon the Martyr's Link and having it grow heavier. And Alessander used his corsage to send a message to everyone with one to come to the drop. We've been poisoned. That's all he was able to get out before he too passed out. And as the party scrambled to the drop, all meeting up at that, I guess it's an elevator, lift.
Yeah, it's sort of a lift and an elevator, but close enough.
Mhm. I forget, how did they discover where to go?
We just
well,
look
we
for
were
the
slow-
flashiest spot and just like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, while we were slow falling down, Silas spotted something flashing and was like, "It's probably there."
Yeah, sounds about
Um,
right.
And you spoke to I believe he's a halfling or a gnome, right?
Yarsh,
Yarsh.
Mr.
Yeah,
Uh,
so to
Yarsh.
Yarsh. I was about
Mr.
to ask him,
Yarsh.
are you talking about Mr. Yarsh? He's a
Uh,
beloved character around here.
The owner of the lapis locket.
I don't
and,
know.
he, and he was like, "Good luck, bud."
um,
Yeah,
Looking
you
for
know,
her
it just
suspicions
it
on
just
where
be
they were.
pushing through a bunch of relatively affluent people who are rich, and through armed set of guards, and causing a diplomatic
armed.
incident because the frontiersmen and all the dwarven caravan traders have diplomatic immunity while they're here. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
it was a bad situation. That turned out not so bad as the frontiersmen with Sajar and Alexander and some guy walked out of the caravan.
Yeah, you doing
um,
them dirty.
and Alexander began pointing out the members of his
Parker.
team who were all kind of spread out, trying to figure out their own ways of getting in. Um, and everyone was invited inside. Silas was disguised as like a fly or something.
Yeah, like a
Got
bug.
zapped when
Pretty funny.
they were brought in to the caravan. But yeah, we walked in. Everyone sat down. We had some more drinks that weren't poisoned.
Naturally.
And the situation was explained that the poison that was in our drinks was just to knock us out, and that's the frontiersman's tactic for both speeding up negotiations and also trying to get a little bit more uh, coin to grease the wheels from their business partners. Um, it was a cutthroat tactic. It was a very good one, and no harm, no foul. At least between Alexander and Sajar.
Yeah, but what's a little poison between merchants?
Oh my god.
Very exchanging, or yeah, very
Yeah.
Zolomous approach there. Yeah.
Never going shopping in the exchange then.
um,
Why not? It's great. You can find
Yeah.
anything.
You can buy
That's
anything,
what
and the best part is, since it's so cutthroat, you could be cutthroat back. You can literally duel someone to the death because they stepped on your new shoes. It's fucking hilarious.
oh god.
So
This person
someone step on your goddamn jade, you pull out your fucking revolver and duel them right then and there, and everyone gets a show for the evening.
I got the glizzy.
Here's the thing: there have been in real life dumber things.
You know what? That's true.
I point you to Napoleon's army,
Mhm.
where all the officers kept dueling each other, and he had to say, "Stop fucking killing each other, you idiots!"
This is my business revolver.
This one's my
Classic.
pleasure revolver.
Oh my god.
Just vibrates.
Shut
Oh
up!
my god!
It just makes it horribly
Alright,
inaccurate because it's
give me
shaking
the
constantly.
Alright, I'm getting the business revolver out. Find him. Get him.
Why?
You
really
Alright,
But
keep
anyway.
going.
No, I think that's about where we ended. Kasai slapped Alexander for worrying everyone. Did someone slap Sajar? Was it Silas?
No.
No.
Oh, yeah, actually, yes.
Oriana.
Oriana slapped ineffectually.
No, Silas specifically refused to slap anyone, but did tell you that if,
I think
you're
Keaton
fine after,
slapped Silas.
no.
How could you
Yeah,
say
if it turns out you're
w-
fine, then fucking tell us.
Mhm.
Because you worried Silas for fucking nothing.
Well, not just
Also-
me, I hope.
No, just Silas.
Yeah. Was Anushka here for any of this, or was she still like at the
You're over at the fuse still.
Cool, awesome. She's just like, oh, they're in trouble? It's fine, cool gun.
We didn't
Well,
have
no,
a,
you never got the message because you didn't have a corsage.
Oh, right, right,
Yeah,
right, right.
it
Okay.
was
didn't
kind of
know
like an
exactly
out-of-game
who had
thing of
it.
like to kind of get the players that were like present together.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
here,
for you.
yeah, that's
Well, and
fine.
because we didn't know who had them, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you guys you never found a fucking list to designate who had a corsage.
Yeah.
No,
Which is why we have one
found the
now.
list, but
It had
just very
people. It had stalkers on it.
yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that's not quite
That's
accurate.
not useful. That's inaccurate.
Yeah, so basically, we didn't find an effectual list.
But yeah, that's about where we left off. I will have to be right back because my food delivery is here.
Ew.
Yo, what do you get?
Let's
Yeah,
go.
shorter.
We'll find out later.
Anything else?
I I think that's essentially where we ended session.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, in game.
We ended session
Everything
with
they
like
gotta.
a number of us not wanting to be part of the side quest that was occurring, and then
I was gonna say they got a side quest.
yeah, I think it was basically just Orion and Silas were just like, if you need us, contact us. You probably have this, and then Kasai, Delvit, and
Smack
did
some
Evelina,
bandits.
did Evelina say?
No.
She did not.
No, she didn't say. Okay, I thought about it. I'm like, that makes no sense. She would have no reason to stay.
And also, if she stayed, Sass would have stayed, but they have a date to get to.
They're busy.
Yeah, there's a side quest on the table to eventually get some interesting crafting components so that Keaton can get an interesting gun. Who knows if that is actually going to be what is executed upon, but the contract is on the table. I will eat the cost of buying a very fine material that you probably won't find anywhere up here. Stupid fucking provincials. And in return, you will do a job for me.
I'm back.
Their task is welcome back. Their task is to reacquire a shipment of experimental firearms that was stolen here in the Twins by bandits.
Experimental rifles.
Experimental rifles, correct. So that's the job, and it's like the frontiersman did say, you better get to it decently fast, or else they begin circulating, and if they begin circulating, I'm expecting every single one back. So if you want to make your job harder, sure,
Sweet.
be my guest. 60 rifles in total. So that job is neither here nor there. It's up to, you guys as to if you want to renegotiate what is actually getting acquired for doing the job, as well as if, when, whatever you would like to do the job. And hope you guys wrapped up everything in Duvros, because we are out of here in terms of players. Player capacity.
River Company, we are leaving.
Ironically enough, not everyone is leaving. So, anyways,
Goodness say, I was like, not everyone's leaving, right? I can.
as players we're leaving, we'll be going to what I lovingly refer to as hyper narration, which is say I will present you guys a series of options. You guys are free to pick your own option, but the point of this is we move on fast. Because if we're trying to get into the weed of things, that defeats the fucking purpose of going fast by going slow.
Gotta go fast.
Before we get, don't worry, we're doing the safer version of it, as a number of people on this call can attest to. Usually when we do hyper narrations, it's because I'm trying to wrap up 2/3 of a campaign in one session, and we bust out the death saves. Your character can just die before they reach the end of the campaign, just like a real campaign. I don't think we'll have to bust out any death saves today. I hope.
I hope.
Hopefully, you guys don't do anything stupid or crazy or wacky or quirky. So,
I don't know what you're talking
before
about.
we get to that, first off, Alec, what sort of food did you get? This is vital information. I want to know.
I got tacos.
Nice.
Hey, yo, let's go.
Taco Saturday, my favorite. Did get tacos. Also, since you're eating, I can do this if you so wish. Do you want to describe the noun, or shall I?
I can do it.
Okay. So, if you've been around in the past week or so, Alec has been describing a potential help. And he refuses to elaborate on what he, she, they are. Even, going so far as to not even say any particular thing about it and just calling it the noun. What is the noun? We can finally reveal that. What is the noun?
The noun is a person.
Is
What?
that a place?
Or thing.
It's not a place.
Dog.
The pronouns it uses is he, him, because it is a male human person.
Oh.
Uh,
It's scandalous.
Are you guys on this map? You guys are not on this map.
There we go.
That's fine. Keep going.
And do you have his
Oh, of course I do. I'm just waiting for the dramatic reveal.
Yeah.
Who is it?
So way back when we did that operation and defeated Auntie Blackreach, Alessander went into the triage tent to speak to an actual survivor of his company, of White Lock's warriors, Private Benson Kearley, who was bandaged head to toe and quite wounded, and returned to not so active duty, maybe. And that was the last that Alessander saw of him. Sort of content that at least one of his soldiers made it out alive. Well, recently, Benson made a return, and I don't think Alessander would keep this a secret. As Private Benson Kearley accompanied Colonel Hezrick Crebain to Duvros to speak to Alessander. And as Alessander would put it, they had a long talk. He died.
Yeah, you died.
And Benson was
Here's Crebain's token, by the way.
Somewhat, I guess, gifted to him.
Yeah, baby.
There he is.
Oh shit.
Bam.
Alessander would describe him as a very capable scout and a wonderful soldier to have in your corner. Of course, he's not a soldier anymore. Like us, he is an adventurer.
I guess.
Officially, I'm fucking dead.
Dead men walking.
Bloody
Scout.
hell. Ready and one, sir.
Drop that sir shit. This ain't the Silver Swan.
You're older than me, sir.
Yeah, I got you there. So yeah, Benson Kearley will be joining I guess our ranks.
Yeah.
Maybe not being I wouldn't go so far as to say that he's a member of River Company, but he's certainly on our side.
He will definitely be helpful to Varric in terms of being a field agent.
Mhm.
That being said, everyone but Alessander, can you guys make me a perception roll?
Sure.
Alec, you know exactly what I'm going to bring up. I will give advantage to Anushka.
Perception.
Oh god,
Okay.
they're gonna notice his
Yes.
they're gonna notice his extra pinky. oh shit, I spoiled it.
AI art.
He's AI generated.
Crash, to be fair, I rolled that to GM by accident. Do you want
Yeah,
me to
reroll it.
Please do as good. It did better!
Oh my god.
I think this makes sense for the people here. When Alessander is introducing Benson Kearley to you guys do spot that he has, some short blades, very specialized ones, one for stabbing, one for more like general utility, like sort of like a gladius, if you want to call it that, and a hatchet, fieldwork stuff. He also sports a heavy crossbow, and when he is introduced to you guys, he has his like rucksack with all of his like personal effects, what little he has. Consider how he could pack up everything he owns into a single backpack. Bit sad. But he also has a large parcel, a large and wrapped, sort of like rifle bag. If you've ever seen an M1 Garand from World War II's rifle bag, something like that, except bigger. These are all fantastic perception rolls, except for Sajar. Sajar, you do note that he has such. Same for you, Size. You know that he has such. To D, Anushka, and Oriana, that bag is far too large for a normal rifle. Far too tall, far too long. And would Alessander give like the green light for him to show off what's in it?
Yeah.
In a private location.
Assuming this is happening in a private location.
Yeah.
And assuming he picks up on what Benson's putting down, just give him a small nod.
Benson unshoulders the large parcel on his back and showcases what's inside it. To Anushka, you wouldn't have any basis on this. Deet, roll me background information. Oriana, roll me background information. Let's see if you guys know what it is.
Roll better than me.
Alright.
Oh god.
That's about what I expect for someone that doesn't use guns, so that's fair.
She rolled so much better.
Oh, damn, though.
Oh,
we won't have advantage on it, but the first one is still successful enough. Yeah, Deet, you've heard about these. They're probably one of the rarest weapons in the world because they're super outlawed. This is a long rifle, a customized long rifle that only certain illegal criminal gunsmiths make, and their catch-all categorical term is lovingly referred to as an assassin rifle. It is a suppressed sniper rifle.
Oh shit.
It should shoot further than a normal sniper rifle. It is basically like it's not good against monsters because that's just a solid fact of it, right? It just takes too long to set up. The distance you're shooting this thing, the monster will probably survive and then run away. And then you don't really score a kill on it. It just sort of fucks off, which I guess if that's what you want, then that's cool. Whatever. No, an assassin rifle is specifically against people.
What was his background again, Alex?
What's that?
What is
was his
Vincent's background?
again? Yeah.
His background, he was a private of the Silversworn, so the mercenary company that Alessandra's family owns.
Owns, slightly runs, etc., etc. Let it be known that this assassin rifle probably is worth as much, if not more, than the money you guys just spent on that mithril. Like, mithril is hard to trade, but it technically does happen. Uber rare. An assassin rifle, you don't trade these. This is a one-way trip to the hangman's gallows. Because there's no reason whatsoever anyone would have this, unless it's for an assassination. Right? You're not going to tell the provincial government, I need an AR-15, I need an assassin rifle for home defense. No, you do not tell anyone that. So, right now, he's carrying in a very, very compromising piece of contraband. But, it is good at exactly what it says, what it's on the tin. It's good at dealing with people. And his sheet isn't made yet, but Vincent will be a ranger, and his favorite enemies will be humanoids and undead.
Nice.
So he will be a go-to person for if you guys need one person over there dead. As long as they're a person, they have to be a person. An assassin rifle has its own rules that distinct it from a sniper rifle. It can blow up if you fail enough times, and when it blows up, it's an auto crit on the person firing it. So it's a bit dangerous, but that's fine. That's fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Stealth anyway, that's an advantage.
Yeah, ideally you'll be hidden when you fire, right? So you won't roll like 2 nat 1s in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Smile. That's never happened any time in this campaign when someone rolled double nat 1s. Nope. I don't know when it was, but I know it definitely has happened, just like the double nat 20s.
Yeah, we've had some snake eyes.
Yeah, we have
Pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is Vincent Curley. He is the noun. Don't refer to him as that in game. That would be a bit weird. But yeah, he will be able to accompany certain peoples as they go to locate Delwood's village, because swamps and forests are his favorite terrain.
Mm-hmm. Which is
And-
all the twins are. Is.
Wow.
Yeah, in the sad sort of
Permission
way.
to
Yes.
change the name of the twins to the Green Mile.
I mean, it used to be called the Meyervale, but that name got changed when everyone was like, "This is a really depressing name." It also got changed with the religious connotations. Anyways,
Yes.
so who's on chopping block first for our time skip?
Did you volunteer earlier, Alec, or did I mishear that?
Yep. I was just giving anyone else time to volunteer if they wanted. So sounds like me.
I do have a question actually. Who is, if anyone, could be no one, does Altani go with? She really has no want to do anything in particular.
Mhm.
She'll come with you guys. She'll hang out in Duvros, stuff like that.
I mean, I'd be fine with her tagging along. It'd be a
To
good
do what
training
activity?
opportunity. Let me get the list that I had. Oh god, it's so far up there.
What was it in the Nexus link?
Mhm. Yeah, it was a Nexus link.
Okay.
I mean, I guess
so much
since
scrolling.
it sounds like people are finding Delvet's village, which I mean, I wanted to help find Delvet's village, but I also wanted to help find Nesty. So,
Pick your poison.
I guess Nesty, because it sounds like Devil's Village is probably handled.
Yeah. I mean, should definitely be helpful in case something tried to chomp you. Fucking gagglers out there somewhere, man.
Yeah, I don't think
I mean, technically yes, but it's like up here. It's up here. It's not in the Twins anymore. They killed those ones.
They've been exterminated, thank God. Well, from this region.
Okay. Understand. It's moved house.
Yeah, I don't think Altari would be great for the invest. Well, maybe they might be good, and I just don't know it. Regardless, I think they might be good for the surviving the Twins part. That will probably almost inevitably have to come up.
Anushka has to teach you how to do nature stuff anyway, so...
Hey, that's a good overlap.
Okay, well, your guys' location or finding of Nessie will be its own challenge, but we'll get there when we get there. So, let's kick it over to Alessander. Alessander, you are accompanying Vaso and Kasai